What if success wasn't just about hitting goals, but also feeling good along the way? Listen to today's episode to hear how mortgage specialist and a dear client and a member of my dream home team, Lisa McInnes, leads with heart and finds joy in the journey of life, leadership, and home ownership. In today's short and sweet episode, you'll hear powerful mindset shifts, practical advice for choosing the right broker, and gentle reminders that true success includes honoring your own well-being. I can't wait for you to meet Lisa. She's an absolute gem and she's a trailblazer in the mortgage industry, bringing so much heart to everything she does. Enjoy. Hey there, it's Jillian, your guide to all things joy. And this is the Joy Journey Podcast. Oh my God. Hello and welcome to the Joy Journey Podcast, where joy is an inside job. I'm your host, Jillian Shecker, and today I'm so excited to bring you the one and only Lisa McInnes. Lisa is such an amazing person. She is not only a dear client, but she also helped me to recently get my dream home. She's a part of my dream home team. So Lisa is a mortgage specialist. She isn't just about numbers and paperwork. She is all heart. She is about people. Lisa's mission is to make the journey to home ownership feel supportive, empowering, and actually enjoyable. It's true. This is what she did for us. With her expertise, her heart, and commitment to service, she's redefining what's possible when you blend business with true care. We're talking about trusting yourself, aligning with the right people, and finding joy in the process of building the life that you dream of. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
So I always like to share like how we know each other and how we first met. And so do you want to tell the story or shall I?
Well, it was that fun PJ party, the Jasper Park Lodge PJ party.
Yeah.
You had a session and I was looking through the sessions that we could do, whether it was like macrame or I can't even remember what else. There might have been something with plants.
Chocolate with J-stick.
Chocolate, yeah.
Dancing,
Yeah.
vintage, shopping, I think.
Yeah, there were a few different
Styling.
things. And so the first year we went, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, heck yeah, I need more joy in my life. So I'm like, I'm there. And I think out of the group, there was four of us and I think I was out of the four of us that went, I was the only one that went to your session. And then I was like, no, you girls have to go. So they went to the next session. So yeah, it was awesome.
I love it. And I remember meeting you. I remember meeting you not only the first year, but the second year too.
Yeah, the second year was fun because that's when it dawned on me. I had a bit of conflict, or I don't even know the word to use, but the second I saw you on that first night of the PG party, I was like, I'm supposed to be working with Jillian. She's the one who's going to help me move through this conflict. And you have.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you felt that way. And it's been so amazing to be a part of your journey. I'm excited today to really share like more about who you are with people so that they can feel as held as and supported as I have felt. So what's awesome about, I think, what I get to do is the people who I walk with, it's not just like a client relationship. These are real, true relationships where when I need that support, we built that trust. I know you deeply. I know your heart. And so when we needed to find our new home, it was just like, okay, actually we hired you to remortgage our first house, like to do a mortgage again. So, and just the way in which you show up, your heart, your care, your authenticity, how genuine you are, I'm just so lucky to not only get to walk alongside you, but also be served, by you with your beautiful heart. So let's dive in because there's lots to talk about. I want to share a little bit more about like your mission and what you do and maybe why it's different than others in the mortgage industry. Like typically my experience of mortgage brokers is it's more like a transaction. I'm sure there's a million good mortgage brokers out there and my previous one was fine, but it was just that. It was just, someone to help with the service that I needed. The way in which you've held me through now 2 mortgage deals has been beyond. And I'd like to just hear about your mission, how you show up and what you believe about the role that you play as a mortgage broker.
You may not even know this story, but I think it's really important to say that I got into the industry because I was left in a financially unsafe situation by a bank
Mm,
in a transaction. And so, a long story short, is I got into it by a friend who said I could do this too. And at first I was like, no, I hate math. And then I started thinking if I can help one family not go through what we went through, then I would consider my career a success. And that's been over 16 years ago now. So we were wanting to purchase a home. So I had no clue about the industry, nothing. Like I was green as green as green. All we knew is that we wanted to upsize our home. The home that we had was, it was nice, but we needed a little bit more space. So we went to the bank, said, can we do this? Yes, you can do this. Go ahead. We weren't given any conditions. Like we weren't told what to do. We weren't told anything. There was no instruction whatsoever. And so this was in June of 2007. And some people will remember this timeline, some people won't. But in July of 2007, 3 weeks later, the market crashed. We hadn't put our house up for sale yet. We were building a spec home, like it was a spec home, so meaning that it was going to be ready a few months later. So probably we were anticipating February or March that
mhm.
we'd be in this new home. And we hadn't put our house up because at the time, if you did, it's kind of like the market is right now. The second you put your house up, it's sold. So we didn't want to be without a house. I had actually had a day home at that time. So it's not like I could uproot everybody and just kind of rent for time being. So with the banks, okay, we were like, okay, well, let's do, we'll sell the house later down the road. So the market crashes. And a few months later, we had our house up, but it still hadn't sold. And so I called the bank up and I said, I'm getting a little nervous. Our house still hasn't sold. I just want to make sure we're okay. The next few words changed my life. Lisa, what are you talking about? We don't even have an application for you in the system.
Wow.
So that was extremely stressful, as you could probably understand. Here we are in an unconditional offer on a new home, haven't sold our other home yet. I'm pregnant at the same time with our second child. There was a little bit of stress. And so I had a mortgage broker friend who saved us.
Mm,
The gratefulness that I felt for her, and then for her to share the industry with me and her confidence in me to be able to do so. And that's how I got started in this industry. And every client that I go through, like I carry that with me, that stress and knowing how absolutely terrifying this process could be. I treat every client the way I wanted to be treated in
mm.
the process. So I think that's one of the things that sets me apart is that experience. And then I do what's in the best interest of the client no matter what. And that's really what kind of sets me apart, I think.
How do you find balance in an industry that is so up and down? It's like, real estate where you're kind of at the mercy of the market and you want to say yes to everything because you might have that fear of scarcity. That's kind of feast or famine mentality. And you and I have been working on this a lot. So I'd love for you to share with others in the industry or in this style of industry around what it looks like to have boundaries so that you can honor your wellness while building your business.
Yeah. So it is very, very tricky because I mean, real estate doesn't sleep. So you can be getting offers. I've had offers on Christmas Eve,
Mm.
right? I've had offers at a time where it may not be ideal. We're working on while I'm out in Mexico, right?
You guys, I was the worst client. I was like, oh my God, I'm the person I'm trying to protect you against. We're like literally meeting on Zoom when she's in Mexico because our house deal was going through at the time,
but
which I so appreciated, as well.
but that's just it. We're self-employed, and the mind switch of it's I get to,
Mm,
right? I get to do a job that I am thoroughly satisfied with. Like I get to help amazing clients like you while I'm looking at the teal blue ocean. Oh, boo hoo. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just a matter of that balance. And you and I worked hard on my daily schedule on what I need to do to make sure that I'm taking care of my body, because that's one of the things that can slip
mhm,
for, I find, for our industry, is our self-care lacks, for, as a nice term. So it's just really making sure that we're putting up emphasis on that self-care. Like, have your water, have your drinks, like, just make things easy, put those processes in place. I think it's really having those processes in place and the schedules that will allow you to have the freedom and the flexibility to still have the family life.
yeah, and live the life that you wanna live because it's remembering, like, why you started this business in the first place. It wasn't to be so caught up and swept up in your to-dos that you're not tending to your bodily needs or experiencing connection with your family. It's not, helpful to release the things that truly matter, to just go for the success and to amp up the career quadrant. I celebrate you so deeply for the shifts that you've made. I think something that's important for listeners to remember, if you are in an industry that is kind of feast or famine mentality, is around building in support so that you can feel how you want to feel along the way to what I would call sustainable success. Because if your success does not include joy and doesn't honor you, then it's not sustainable, very simply.
And it's not success.
Yeah.
Truly, it's not success, because success is being well-rounded, in my opinion.
Yeah. And feeling how you want to feel in all aspects, not just financially or career wise.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So amazing. I really do celebrate you for that. And I would love to hear a little bit more around, what you've had to face, maybe not even in the industry, but what it does look like to build a successful company, honor how you're feeling along the way, and then also meet the challenges that life brings.
Oh, that's a tough one. A lot of mistakes made, a lot of learning, letting go. You and I have talked about ego a lot, but letting go of ego and, like, just really knowing that things change. Like, technology changes. Don't be afraid to move away from what may have been working to something that will work a lot better. Anybody who knows me within the industry probably kind of giggle because I don't like change, but I'll embrace it.
Mhm.
So, like, changing my system, like, I have a CRM system that helps keep me on track so that, when I've got 14 live applications at a time or more, I'm not missing somebody, and I'm not missing who is like a condition of finance date. Because if we miss those dates, there's no turning back. Like that, it's somebody loses a house,
Mhm.
right? So you have to be really on the ball, and it's really just learning. One of the things I always say is, if you think you know it all, it's time to leave the industry, because our industry is changing too fast.
Yeah.
Every time you turn around, there's a rule change.
Right.
So yeah, I think I kind of might have gotten off topic a little bit there, but did I answer your
No, it's
question?
good. I mean, we're going where we need to go. So the next question that's coming up to ask is around, like, what does set you up for success? What systems or what things, in whether it's like in career or life, or what does this look like that feels like it has set you up so that you can be more well-rounded in a very busy life?
Automations for things is a big thing. So, like I was saying, that CRM system that I have, the client management, relationship management system, embracing technology, but yet still keeping that personal touch.
What does that look like? Because I know you are the queen of personal touch.
So I put a lot of me in my emails,
Mhm.
and
And Frankie.
Frankie. Yeah.
That's our puppy. He's so cute.
Yeah, our employee of the month, Frankie Edgar. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm not afraid to be cheesy, because that's kind of who I am. So I always think that if you don't want to work with me, that's okay, but I'm not going to change who I am to just get people to be my client.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
My processes help keep me in line. But the automations, I think, are a big thing. You and I are still working on the personal side, so we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I think actually that's actually probably having somebody like you to keep me on track
Yeah.
has been a game changer.
Mm.
You've helped keep my frame of mind, and because this has been my busiest year yet.
Woo! Okay,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, let's talk celebrations. Okay. So let's really talk about celebrate. Like, what are we actually celebrating? If we say it's your busiest year yet, what are we celebrating?
I'm on track to complete more mortgages and higher volume than I have in any of my years of the industry.
Okay, which is massive and
Yeah.
huge celebration. And what I would love to bring in as a joy coach is how you've been feeling along the way. And
It's
how has this year felt compared to other
yeah.
years while also being wildly abundant?
So it's super exciting. And the crazy thing is that like I have my daughter Laurel, she's a fully licensed mortgage broker as well. And so last year, well, for the last few years, we've been working together. But this last year, she's actually been on mat leave
Mhm.
because my grandbaby was born. And so adding that in, balancing that in, new grandma helping out and everything, it has felt amazing. And I'm just going to say, I'm super proud of myself at how I've handled everything and being able to handle the volume that we've had. Like, and I couldn't have done it without you because you
Mm,
seriously kept me in line
mhm.
because I might have a little bit of control issues.
The humanness is real. The humanness is real. I see you and I get it. And thank you so much. It's again like such an honor to be able to walk with you. I will always be celebrating your success and that you're being very mindful and disciplined around how you're feeling along the way. And there's always room for growth. I think that's a thing, for people listening is we're not here to be perfect. And perfectionism can actually really block a lot of the abundance that we're here to experience. It's celebrating yourself along the way. And this is kind of our theme right now, a celebration. So I'm so happy to be able to do that with you. Okay. So most abundant year yet. I like to say abundant instead of busy because sometimes busy feels like it's stressful, angst ridden.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can even feel like a victim of our busyness. So I noticed myself saying I was busy a lot previously and I shifted it into I'm abundant, which feels like, yeah, girl,
Heck
like it's
yeah.
like we're celebrating as well as remembering that as the CEOs of our businesses and our lives, that we're actually the ones in control of how much we're doing and what that flow is looking like. So, we can step on the gas or pump the brakes a little and not be at the mercy of success because again, that is not sustainable, right?
Yeah.
So it's just really, really massive. And I think it's so inspiring to like also watch you. I heard that recently you had a fangirl moment.
I did. I did. It was super cute. And the funny thing is that like we know of each other, right? With
Yeah.
throughout the industry and I had just as much admiration for her. So it was kind of cute.
Yeah, I love it. I'm celebrating that too. So, if we were to dive into a little bit of the life stuff, it is the Joy Journey podcast. So, sharing with us a little bit about your journey, like what has been maybe the biggest aha that you've experienced lately that maybe you weren't expecting, something that feels like it's shifted your approach to life or work or relationships?
Oh, that's a tough one because honestly, I don't know if there's really one thing.
Mm,
I think there's been so much that I've learned through this process and working with you, but it's really that mindset. I think it's my mindset that and digging deep, not being afraid to dig deep and actually like ask the questions and like you say be curious.
yeah.
I think when we have our sessions, I'm very thoughtful about my words. Like I try to like really think about what I'm actually feeling. So I guess just mindful and curious.
Yeah,
Just
I do notice that and I so appreciate, when people say yes to working with me, like it is no joke. As you know, Lisa, you're like, oh my God, this joy shit's really tricky. Because the truth is, joy work is shadow work. And so for those who go deep with me, like when we sign on to one-on-one work together, it's really like saying like, I'm here to actually dig in to release what is no longer serving. And that's
yeah.
not always easy. And then this is why I believe that joy does require quite a lot of courage to see where we're holding ourselves back. And it's very easy to point the finger and to blame and to look outside of us and to make our joy conditional. But what true joy requires is for us to be so ruthless about our honesty with ourselves, and then that same honesty with others around like what truly feels aligned for you and what really matters and what are you willing to release that is no longer serving you. And you're so courageous in the way in which you show up. And I really, I want to say thank you on the one hand, but the truth is it's not about me. This is about you and it's about your life, and your willingness to go there is what supports you in feeling better and more aligned and experience that true abundance that is inside out, right? I have
Yeah.
so many clients who, like you, are so successful, like doing all the things and really winning, but that success is empty if we're not bringing how we feel along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congrats to making how you feel a priority.
Yeah. The inside matching the outside.
The
Right.
innie and the outie.
Yeah.
We gonna get the
Yeah.
innie to the outie, and it's work.
Yeah.
It is truly work, but I would say it's the best work that we will ever do in our lives, in our businesses, in all of it, because there is really no line between work and business any longer, especially when you run your own business. Like those lines are so blurry now, right?
Yeah. And the
And
home offices.
home offices. And also like what I want to share is, especially when it comes to, and this to me is like the new era of leadership, is this embodied era of leadership. You can't pull the wool over anymore. The beauty of the lines being blurred is that you get to bring your whole heart to all the people that you serve. And this is what you do so well. Like I see you bringing your whole heart. Like I've not seen anyone who cares more. And I think the ability to build in the boundaries around the time and what is reasonable and what really truly works for you, no matter what the industry is doing, your joy matters most. And this is where true success comes from.
Yeah. So you said it's not about you, but it is about you because you give me a safe place to be me.
Mm,
So I wouldn't be able to have the aha moments if I didn't have somebody safe pushing me to have them.
mm,
So I have to thank you because, like, honestly, a lot of my growth, personally, business wise, like, it's directly related to what you and I have been working on.
mm. I
So,
receive. I receive. I teach people to receive. I better freaking open up and receive. That would be not cool.
right?
Thank you. Thank you. I really do receive that. Thank you so much, Lisa. As we're kind of just wrapping up, I would love to know what's feeling joyful for you. Like what is actually feeling so aligned and so good for you right now?
Too many things.
Mm,
So, business is amazing. Being able to help all the different generations of families, whether they're just strictly renewing, whether they're purchasing their dream home, whether they're downsizing, whatever it is, just being able to be a part of the process. Family life is pretty good, celebrating my girls, one graduating from the LPN, the other one being a first time mom,
mm,
and then the family that's in the life that I'm building with my husband, like
mm.
pretty fortunate.
Yeah. The upcoming swim spa. Can't wait. Joy.
Yeah.
Joy.
Joy, letting my muscles relax.
Yes. I love this so much. Okay. And if you were to share like one hot tip with listeners around, maybe it's around like finding the right mortgage broker or something that you feel like is so important for them to keep in mind. Maybe it's two things. What would those be?
You want somebody who's actually going to ask you questions about your goals.
Mm,
Everybody is focused on the lowest rate, but sometimes the lowest rate will cost you money in the long run.
mm,
So you lock into that low 5-year fixed rate, but not without realizing that, you know what? My penalty, if I have to break my term, is going to be thousands and thousands of dollars.
mhm,
So it's sometimes that 0.1 to 0.2% difference in rate will save you way more than what you would have had with going with the lower rate. So you really need to be open and honest with whoever you're working with. And if they're not asking you these questions, they may not be the person that you want to work with. And feeling heard. Are you feeling heard by the person that you're working with?
mhm.
Are they able to really understand what your needs are? I
Yeah.
think those are the big things.
I love this. And what I do want to say is like a true, just genuine, heartfelt shout out because Lisa literally helped us get our dream home. It makes me emotional. And I'm so celebrating this. And I felt absolutely held by you. She also saved us thousands of dollars because we did have to break our mortgage. But because she'd previously asked me the right questions, we didn't experience like a penalty like most would. So I just really need to share like, if you're in the process of finding your dream home, or if you need to remortgage or have mortgage questions, I would absolutely highly recommend reaching out to Lisa. She's the absolute best. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she's a joy beam. She's a joy beam. So, thank you. Thanks for just spending some time with me. Thanks for being a part of my dream team and, yeah, for just coming on and sharing your joy with us today. I so appreciate you.
Thank you for having me and for trusting me. It means the world.
You got it, girl. Okay, celebrating you, celebrating us.
Yes, yeah, us.
So good.